All right, so first up, we have little hip rockers going back and forth. This is very underutilized. There's a legendary physical therapist who talks about not only the feet, the hands, but also the hips, how underutilized this position is. So we're just going to rock back and forth nice and slow. Your toes can be tucked either direction. Then we're going to go right into our, I guess in yoga terms, cat-cow, but we call it spinal segmentation. You're going to do it globally, which means just go both directions, flexion, extension. And then you're going to see we're going to do the segmentation. We're going to hold that top position and from the bottom of the spine very slowly, and don't go into ranges that are painful. So if you can't hit end range without pain, don't go that far. You're going to work from the tailbone up to the head. Keep your gaze forward, because as you go the other direction, your head's going to want to duck down, looking between your legs. Try not to until the last moment. And everything should be very slow. Really utilizing that time under tension. Let's see what we got next here. Then we're going to do our leg lifts. Swing the leg through, lift up, over and down. Lift up, over and down. If you have any issue with this, just let me know. But that far leg on the right, you're going to kind of bring across the body, and you'll see why in a second here, because then we're going to drag that hip back a little bit. Back and forth. We're really trying to stimulate from the hips to the low spine. And much like the first drill, it's just back and forth. You can hang out in that position, but don't feel like you have to. And then from this position, you can slide your arm out as far as you need to make it comfortable. We can do leg lifts. You can also hold that top position, or a hover is where you go from front to back, front to back. With any of these drills, if something feels uncomfortable, feel free to eliminate or adjust. And you'll see I drop down to my elbow if that is too much from before. And then we got just a little hip opener. Let the hips slide open and close. I think I just open the door, close the door, back and forth. I typically spend about 2 minutes each side with this drill. Okay, and then lastly here, our wall drills. We want the hamstrings engaged. We're going to lift the knees up, and your low back will lift with it. And you're going to slowly from the top of the low back, you're going to land each segment from the top of the low back all the way down to the hips. And you're really going to fight to try to not just let the hips clunk down. You're going to really control it down and up. Keep the hamstrings nice and engaged. Low back pain or hip issued people tend to have some issues with the hamstrings, so we want to engage the hamstrings. And now to make it a little harder, we're going to go single leg with it. Hip lift, same thing. Hamstrings should be very engaged, and slowly land each vertebrae down to the ground. And you can heel lift off if you need it to be a little harder for you to make it more advanced, but just do whatever you're comfortable with.